Okay, hi everyone, good afternoon and welcome to this session which is all about Cardiff Science Festival and Science Busking and how you can get involved if you want to. Just a quick introduction, so I'm Lisa and I am part of the organising committee for Cardiff Science Festival, and my kind of main responsibility is working with communities and trying to engage with different groups and help them kind of get involved in the festival and help to shape the festival and all sorts of things like that. And I'm here today with David, so I'll let David introduce himself.
Hi there, people. Thanks for the session today. So my name is I work in a company called Science Made Simple, which is, we have our headquarters in, probably tell from my accent. So I run Science Made Simple's business in the north of England, and I've been obsessed with street performance. So you might call me a science communicator who fell in love with street performance, or a street performer who fell in love with communicating science. Would be about.
Brilliant, thanks David. So just by way of introduction, we just want to do a quick poll with a couple of really simple questions. So if you could go over to the poll section and just tell us if you've heard of Cardiff Science Festival before and whether or not you know what Science Busking is. Oh, and I'll bring that back. Let's just have a very quick look. Okay, so that's quite a good place to start from the quick answer. So lots of people not too sure what Science Busking is, and some people have heard of Cardiff Science Festival, but many have not. So that's a great place to start. So I'll just tell you a little bit about Cardiff Science Festival as a whole before I hand over to David, who's going to talk a bit more about Science Busking. So Cardiff Science Festival is a 4-day festival that runs every single year. It runs in the February half term. So next year it's going to run from the 19th to the 22nd of February. Cardiff is a real hub for research and world-renowned science communicators, and we really use the festival to celebrate that and to kind of showcase all aspects of science, technology, engineering and maths. And we really want to put on as many different varied fun events in a whole range of different locations, so that people can come along and feel inspired and maybe learn some stuff that they didn't know before, or take part in stuff and get hands-on with things. Last year, obviously, in February just passed, everything that we did was online, but previously we've done lots and lots of face-to-face events, and next year we're planning to do a little bit of a mixture of both. We really want to see and meet as many of you as possible, but we also know that sometimes it's much more handy and feasible for people to take part in things online, especially people that might not live in Cardiff. So we'll hopefully do a bit of a mixed bag next year. And really what we want to do is kind of show people how science is part of our everyday life and how it affects our everyday lives. And I've popped the website details on there. There's lots more information about the festival on the website. But I guess the main message about Cardiff Science Festival as a whole is that we are really keen to work with you, to work with youth groups, to work with lots of different people. If there's something that you particularly want to learn a bit more about, or if there's an event that we're promoting that you think, oh, that would be great if that could be run from our club or our community or whatever that might be, please get in touch. I can't promise that we can do everything, but we will certainly try our best, and we can link you up with people, with researchers and scientists who can share a lot more about what they're doing. So yeah, we're looking to involve as many people as possible, and yeah, just encourage you to get in touch with myself or David. if you're interested to find out more. And we're currently gearing up for the festival next year. So we've got about 50 expressions of interest so far for events. So hopefully we'll get a few more than that before next February. So it's looking like a really exciting festival. Just to give you a very quick flavour of some of the things that we've had in the past. So we've had sessions called the Environmental Warriors, talking about climate change and fast fashion and plastic and eating meat. We've had sessions about science and misinformation in the media. We've had people talking about how we discover medicines. And I was lucky enough to be involved in creating an escape room based in Cardiff city centre, which was completely based on research going on in the city. And it's still there. It's at Exodus Escape Rooms, and you're welcome to go and play that and take part in that. So a whole, I could go on and on talking about the different events. They're really varied, really fun, and I just encourage you to come along. But for now, I'm going to hand over to David to talk to you a little bit more about Science Busking, which is also a really important part of the festival.
If I start a definition, a bit of a word definition, and then we'll try out things to get what busking might be. The use of performance techniques to make full science messages and stories. People don't want to just listen to. Of course, they can do that if they want. Actually, take part, even develop a little further themselves. What does all that mean? Let's do a busk with a bit of participation in it. From the first of all, your one arm out in front of you with your index finger raised. Then one arm out behind you. You can see my hand out behind you again. Index finger. And your job, you've got 4 attempts, 4 goes at hitting the front finger, back finger. There we go. Right, we'll so attempt 1 and go. We get it. Attempt 2 and go. And hit. And then all the way forward again. 3. Cool. And then all the way back, last one, and all the way forwards, and attempt number 4. Well, give your arms a shake. Now, I bet scored very highly there. Probably lots of people got 4 out of 4. Fantastic. We're going to do it again this time, but with a difference. I'm out in front. And it's the same rules, other than this time you're going to close. So this time all take place with your eyes. Here we go. On and go. Oh, I missed. A hit. And hit. And go. Sorry, this might be an extra one. I forgot. I've lost count. And oh, shake your arms out again. Quite hard on the arms, isn't it? And if you wanted to, you could put into the chat how many you got. But I bet there's very few people who got none. What you just experienced is something with a fantastic name. Well, proprioception. And it's this idea that our brains have, it's almost like you can think of it as a force field around us. One part of our body is relative to another part of our body. And it's the thing that, or with your earlobes, proprioception. lovely busk, of course, like busks like this, is it of science and uses a very unique no kit other than the human body, you know. So many people. Best way in the world, people who go to science festivals generally like science. I've said it. And that's a bad thing at all. Of course it isn't. But there is a vast swathe of people out there where science isn't as much of the part of their lives. Maybe they'd never even dream of going to a science centre. If your science, if it's interactive enough, portable enough, and then it can go out to these communities, go out to these neighbourhoods who maybe might never even think as being for them, and actually cater for them. Skills of busking, although when you see street performers doing it, that's elevated to a level. The core skills are really rather achievable. They're rather accessible. Anybody can. They're allied, really closely allied to, you know, strong public speaking skills, things like that. So it means that even members of that community, well, never mind even, especially members of that community, involved in the busking, might have ideas for busks they want to do themselves. To Cardiff University, for researchers to come and work with them and play with them. More of that later on. Anyway, let's look at the next slide.
Have you got it okay?
Hold. We can't see it at the moment, Lisa.
Oh. Wonder what's happened.
As I said before, I've been interested in street performance for pretty much my whole life. But I won a scholarship in 2009 to the World's in Dublin. If you ever get a chance to go. It changed mine. Where many of the best street performers from all over the world pay for themselves to attend it. If they win, they know that it's a very, very, very prestigious event. Street performance. So yeah, in Marion Park on the first day, and you might notice a guy there in a little white cap. He's an Australian. He came third in the overall competition. Started the process of attracting an audience. Now, I took this picture. I took a second picture 8 minutes later, as near as I could, from all my spot. It's not quite the same spot. Same spot. Oh, look at that. There you go. He attracted in 8 minutes. I might say, yeah, well, but it's the World Championship. People performance. True, but even so, my job, go the skills of street performance. How people who are so amazing, holding and attracting and inspiring audiences so much until they're willing of money in the hat. Can't we use those skills in science to get our public involved in what we do, the boundaries of what we do? That's the people. I've got to say, you do seem interested in this sort of thing. Oh, what's that? So Catherine said 2, which is fair enough. So I've got another little busk for you, another little example of what a busk can be. I got a question. That question. What is that? Answer in the chat if you wanted to.
Yes,
But I know you're all thinking, David, it's a balloon. I bet even some of you are thinking, David, it's a red balloon. And Max, for observation, what is that? Okay, it's a mobile phone. It's a mobile phone. Do you think using science in a mobile phone large as this inside a balloon? Oh, and there's a heated debate going on here. Some of you saying yes. Hey. Let's see. Here we go. Mobile phone inside a balloon. World exclusive. Never been attempted before. World mobile phone inside a balloon using science. 3, 2. I get so nervous at this point. What if it goes wrong? Anyway, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Mobile phone inside a balloon using science. You're all clapping. I know you're all applauding like crazy. And I can hear some of you asking, yes, David, but we want you to turn around. Okay, turn it around. There you go. I turned it around. You told me to turn it around. Turn it around. The phone. You mean you want me to turn the phone around? Right, okay. There you go. I've turned it around. You told me to turn it around. I turned it around. You want to... There you go. Can see there? Clearly, there's a back. Right, you want me, of course, you want me to move my hand. There you go, people. Cheers, people. See you today. I'm moving my hand. You can witness I'm definitely moving my hand. And if I move my other hand, and of course you can see we have a mobile phone inside a balloon. Balloons like rubber, or a scientist might even say elastic. And we're using the properties of materials like elasticity. And then we take a foam and we apply force. We are applying a force. As we let the air, if we let the air 3, 1. Mobile phone inside a balloon, sort of, by using sound. Now, if you're going to try that at home, please do. Balloon up as really push. You've got to push on the phone harder than you might imagine. You've really got to push it into the balloon, coming out. And also, for your first few attempts, do it over something soft, like a bed, because it's very easy to drop your phone a few times. Once you've got to be like writing about it, you'll never forget. And like that, do for science. Well, if we move on, slide, we're going to have that. This solution to the that I wrote about it to the World Performance Championships. Busking is a non-judgmental and wholly open and investigate the world around us. The important word there is play. That mind and spirit, that joy, whether you're 4 or 104. In demonstrations made out of everyday materials so that anybody can do it. Stuff from Tesco's, stuff from a hardware store, even better, stuff for free. You know, and if your materials are really cheap, then lots of people can try them. And they can go out into these communities. And very much the idea with Cardiff Science Festival this year is to work with communities and researchers and put them together so they can come up with busks and then deliver them to the probably spoken quite long. So what I'm going to do is back to
Oh, thanks so much, David. That was brilliant. So hopefully you enjoyed that, and thanks so much for taking part. And we, David and I, are looking for people who would like to take it one stage further and join us and have some training as a science busker. We've got some dates in November and early December for some quite short online training sessions with David and myself as well. And yeah, it's a fantastic opportunity to learn some new skills. As David said, we've got some researchers involved. We will work with you and support you to come up with your own busks and your own demos. And yeah, we would love it if then people would feel comfortable to do some science busking next February during the festival, and that can be at a place, you know, maybe at your local community centre or, you know, somewhere that you're familiar with, and we'll support you to do that. We won't leave anybody kind of on their own. And someone's asking, sorry, I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat as well, is this for us workers or for young people? It's for both. So we're looking to work with anybody for this project. And so if you're interested at all or you'd like to know more, then please get in touch. Like I said, it's a great chance to develop some new skills. Hopefully you will have seen and got a flavour of how much fun David is to work with and how much passion he has for science busking. And yeah, we'd just love to share that with people. So please, yeah, if there's, you know, bring a small group together. I mean, we might find that it's better if people come in groups and do it together. How do you get in touch? Brilliant question. So we're happy to answer any questions just now, but I've popped our email addresses on there. I'm also going to type them in the chat box in a second so that it's a bit easier to copy and paste. But get in touch with one of us or both of us, you know, whatever's easiest. If you'd like to know more about Science Busking, if you'd like more information about Cardiff Science Festival as a whole, if you have any questions, you know, anything at all, please feel free to get involved. We'd love to work with the youth work sector and with lots of different groups. And, you know, we will try and be as flexible and inclusive as possible and kind of tailor things to you know, to whatever your needs might be. So yeah, we're finishing, I think, a little bit early on this one, but happy to, you know, as I said, happy to answer any questions. But thanks so much for joining us and getting involved this afternoon. Ooh, any age cut off? We work with 0 to 25-year-olds, so it's a big age range. That's a great question. So Rhian, yeah, that is a really big age range. I'm not sure what David's experience would be of training some younger ones. I guess we were thinking that this would be a project where we would involve kind of older teens and things like that, but we're happy to sort of have a chat, I guess, if there was interest. Yeah, so Rhian has asked in the chat, is there any age cutoff? Because they work with 0 to 25-year-olds, so a big age range there.
Oh yes, sorry, I've just come onto it now. Yeah, 0. Well, I mean, I suppose the youngest we have trained in terms of year groups in primary schools, because we do this as well, would have been year 5, which is going to be roughly 10-year-olds. If you wanted to look into the weird and wonderful world of performance, have a look at Science Busker. Science Busker. That's me.
I think our time is up. So thanks so much for joining us, everyone.